Okay, today's subject is dry ice. And we are going to talk about what causes dry ice and how to get the treatment for that. The most important thing is, we have tears, and the tears are supposed to come. Then, if there is some kind of, dust, things like that, wash away. And if there's a heat, then, because of tears, then, cool down the, temperature. So the first thing we have to talk about is that because of, we don't have proper amount of tears. And some people believe, especially eye doctor believe that over there's meibomian gland there, and kind of oil coming out through there, and so in the between the eye lashes, and there is a small tiny hole, and those one is like a tunnel of oil coming out. And if this is dry, then doesn't coming out, then the function of oil is here is the eye lenses, and then the tears is here, and then supposed to be the oil cover, then the evaporation of tears will be less. So but what they believe is because of this oil, it's not enough amount, therefore the tear evaporate fast. However, that my concern is the amount of tears, not this meibomian gland block. Then why then this gland block? You have to think about it. Why? Because of the dry means that some kind of heat in here, and when heat and consume all the moisture become dry. So the dry ice means is another way there are another kind of heat in here, but this something in between, then the tears is not enough. That so we explain this way. This is let's say heaven, and this is earth, and the human body in here, that over here is heart, and here is a kidney, and the kidney representing water, and then this heat, the heart representing heat. Now there's a lot of heat. In the heat, supposed to be has a tendency to rise up. Then what you have to do? This is water go up and extinguish this heat. Then this is coming down. This another way. This is a good circulation indication. However, that because of less water go up or rise up, so that's why that there's more heat in here that causes dry ice. Then the first cause is heat, then become dry. So original cause is heat, and the second cause, the symptom, become dry. Most of cases in Western medicine just concentrated this is symptom only, dryness, but original cause is heat. Then how can we remove that kind of a thing? So when I mention here, this kidney function has a water function. So we have to, improve this kidney function. However, when you get older, then you cannot avoid that. So the only way, the best way, and the second one, I'm gonna explain. And best one is that you take, some kind of herb, 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 and to improve, kidney function. Then second one is that you got acupuncture treatment. However, that most of people instead of costing a lot of money, they want to make just a simple one. So I'm going to explain you about how to do helping with inexpensive way. So now. Before I introduce that, what I think is best, doctor usually ask us to use a disposable, just use once and we throw away. But that is, when I ask my patient, that is quite expensive. Then. And on the top of that, all those one contain hydrochloric acid. You know what is hydrochloric acid? It's kind of poison. So like as a preserve. However, that if you continue use even though very tiny small amount, if you long-term use, obviously there is a side effect. But then what about artificial tear? What about the regular tap water? That is really cheap. And then I tried that. Then those tap water, just tap water only. It make eye itchy, so we do not. I do not recommend that. And then what I try to introduce one is called bamboo salt. Okay, I want to write down here for you. Called bamboo salt. I have some picture of here is you see the bamboo here, okay? In big bamboo that they add regular they said good sea salt. So you add all. Then you make bundle of them, then go into furnace. Then they make a fire they use special like a pine tree only, and then they make fire and close. Then lasting some of them said 3 days, some of them said 1 week. However, that I don't know. However, that in the meantime, after one time burn, then there are all the outside the bamboo is burned out, and then there's some kind of pillar of salt. Then because of this one is higher than 1,000 degree, C, not Fahrenheit, C. Okay, so then all kinds of polluted salt will be gone. So that's why it's expensive. However, that I personally use this bamboo salt for adding a bamboo salt for cooking, and I also use this one for my dry ice. Now, but also I make in the bottle like a bottle like this one. Then I prepare a bamboo salt water. Then in the morning I drink a little bit. Then make a gargle. But while I make a gargle, I put my tongue behind teeth, then all the way, and also upper gum like this, and also bottom. I try to massage gum with my tongue, and then close the eyes, and you try to shoot. Then the water go between in the teeth. It's get through there. Then the gum, it's hardly reached by toothbrush, things like that, will be massaged by the water back and forth with them. And then according to all the book, using a saliva there, but when I try to do that, taking a long time. So in order to save time, I just use that bamboo salt water. Then do that. Now, when you try to search this one, you can find like this one. You can find go to a Korean supermarket. Then you may be able to find this. But you go to any other store, then you may not be able to find it. But also, I suggest you can search internet and order through the internet. However, this bamboo has many different kinds of one. Some of them just burn in the furnace only once. Some of them do 2 times, 3 times. Some of them 9 times. So when you do 9 times, like this container, maybe cost about almost like $500. So it's very expensive to buy. So we do not want to spend another expense on here. So what I do is I buy usually burn 2 times. The reason is the pH number. There's somebody search around. 2 times is almost similar to our human body. And then sometimes, I cannot find, just 2 times. Then I just select just burn once or burn 3 times. Either way, I use. And some of them, is, a large amount, some of them small amount. So depending on your budget and, shopping pattern, then you may use a small one, and you may use expensive one. This one costs about this one I think $12 to $15 right now. So when you're cooking, then you use one, because regular NaCl is not good at all. I'm going to explain one more time, in the other video. Now, so when I get up in the morning, sometimes it's difficult to open eye. Sometimes eye booger is in here. So what I do is that I prepare like this one. Okay, I bought this one through the Amazon.com called eye dropper. And so then when I make the bamboo salt water. Then I just pour in, then use this for eyes, and this one is just used for, gargling, gargling my mouth. Now, when you use water in here, don't use just tap water. Instead of using purified water or distilled water. When I go to supermarket, then I found out distilled water. So use that for this purpose. And when someone use lots of gel into eyes, all kinds of medicine into there, then when I recommend then use just bamboo salt water, they use, oh my God, 90% of medicine I don't have to use it. Now why? Because it's natural and clean, and on the top of that there is a far less contaminated poison from the earth. All poison in the earth eventually reach to the sea. Then even though it is a good sea salt, there are containing a contamination in there. So that's why those contamination bond. Then we can use this one is a clean one. So I use this one just once. Sometimes if I'm not comfortable, I use two times. Two times on my eyes, and sometimes in the springtime, then you have so much allergy issues, dry eyes, red eyes, things like that. At the time, you may be able to use 3 times or 4 times a day. That could help for spring allergy too. Okay, I hope this information is very helpful, and we don't have to suffer with dry eyes. And then, however, we have to, but we may be able to use far less expensive way. Okay, thank you so much for your watching.